My coworker hates me because I am Moroccan, and I just got insider information that he has been doing diabolical stuff in my office when I leave, so I am going to Morroc his world by installing a secret camera to catch him. I, 35F, am a Moroccan living and working in the US. I work for a big corporation with worldwide locations. When I started working there was a colleague of mine, 37M, who always made jokes about being in love with me etc. I knew these weren't just jokes but his way of telling me he was interested. I don't poop where I eat so I just ignored it. He then started calling me his almond eye. I always corrected him and told him to call me by my name. I told him if he wouldn't stop I would call him banana nose. Listen, I don't know why I said that because his nose is normal, it's just something that came to my mind. He laughed it off but never called me that again. Since 2 months we have a new colleague, 36M. I was working from home the first 2 days he started. When I met him he was very distant. Acted as if he doesn't like me. Don't get me wrong, I'm a very nice person, so for me this was weird but I respected him and his space so I didn't make an effort to see what was going on. Last week I discovered he made a huge mistake. I can't go into details about what because you would guess the corporation, but it was a big one. Even though he acted like a jerk to me I didn't want him to get into trouble so I stayed in the office with him until past midnight to solve the issue. And I never reported it. But then, when I got up to leave he asked me to wait because he wanted to talk to me. He asked me why I hated him so much. My flabber was gasted. I asked him what he meant because in my opinion he was the ass. He started telling me that the first day he got here he was mentored by Banana Nose. And Banana Nose told him, watch out for her because she is Muslim and has told everyone over and over again that gay people should be banned. First, sir, I came from Morocco to work here, who the hell am I to want to ban someone? Secondly, my religion teaches me to accept and respect everyone. New guy went on to say that he had doubts after tonight because I could have fed him to the wolves but instead helped him out. But then came the worst part. New guy told me that Banana Nose goes into my office when I work from home and get this, sits naked on my chair to punish me for being a prude. I asked New guy to not tell anyone what he told me. And now I want to get a hidden camera and install it in my office. I want to first ask HR if it's not against office policy but yeah. I definitely want to catch his butt, literally. Update 1. Well, it is very nice meeting you all. I have never in my life read so many ideas to make someone's butt itch or hurt. The things we can achieve if we just work together. I had a talk to HR. I requested an urgent meeting. I didn't tell them everything because I know what they would do, they would investigate and then come back with, it's just a rumor. Banana Nose is very loved and I don't want to put New guy in a bad place. So I told them I'm afraid someone might be sneaking in my office because all my stuff gets misplaced. Since I have a higher position at this company they took it real serious real fast. So my dear comfies. Camera is in its place. And I will be working from home the next couple of days. Update 2. Hey everyone. I guess thanks for being curious and creative. Before I get to the update I would like to explain where my office is and how Banana Nose was able to do what he did. My office is at the end of the hall. The only room that's facing my office is a utility room / supply closet. We all have offices on the same floor. And with we I mean the members of our team. I know it might seem naive of me but I never questioned New guy. I've never told him anything about how Banana Nose treats me and how he calls me a prude. So for him to make that leap seemed excessive. Now for the update. Today was my first day working from home since the cameras were placed. After working for a few hours I got a call from HR to come to work. My heart was beating so fast, and I literally can't remember how I got there. The nerves were eating at me. I got to the HR department which is 1 floor above us, and I noticed everyone staring at me. The head of the department was sitting in a room with a couple of other people. They started talking. I couldn't listen. Things like, we as a company blah blah blah. I stopped them and said I couldn't bear listening to a TED talk and I wanted to know what was going on. Last night when I already went home and the camera was installed for maybe an hour, Banana Nose entered my office. HR asked me if I wanted to see the video or if I just want them to explain what happened. As if it's a nature documentary. I told them I definitely wanted to see the video. I will first start by saying what I saw objectively. Banana Nose entered my office, and the door behind him was still open. He looked over his shoulder and it looked like he was talking to someone while taking his pants off. Then, it happened. He sat on my chair butt-ass naked. He took some candy from my desk and started dancing on my chair, rubbing his butt in my chair's DNA. I got sick to my stomach. He then took my pens one by one and licked them. It looked like he was still talking. There was no sound. So I wasn't sure. Then the worst thing happened. 2 years ago I lost my 7-year-old niece to cancer. On my desk is a picture of her and I the last time we got to hug. So you can clearly see it's not only a child but a sick one. This evil man rubbed his all over my picture frame and laughed so hard. He took out his phone, made a call and then left. I started crying like a baby. I feel violated. I feel used. I feel unsafe. HR guy was talking but I didn't hear anything. I saw myself in the reflection of the window and I stopped. Wiped away my tears and asked what the next steps are. HR said Banana Nose was asked to come in later and they would fire him on the spot. It seemed to me like they thought that was enough for me. I told them firing him is step 1. I wanted to know who he was talking to and demanded to see the security tapes for the hallway. You can't see into my office on these tapes, but I know for a fact you can see who is standing in the hall. HR accepted my request and asked security for the tapes. It takes some time, but they expect to get it sometime tomorrow. For now I feel unsafe everywhere I go. When I got in my car, all I could think about was, maybe he was in my car. Maybe he was in my home. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel crazy. I will do my best to update you all. For now I just need. I don't know what I need yet. Thank you all. Update 3. It has been a lot. I have viewed the tapes and what I saw was, I don't know. It was clear he was talking to someone. I too thought it could be New Guy. But it wasn't. New Guy was seen on tape at the beginning of the hall turning his back and leaving. Banana Nose was giving a show in my office for 4 of my coworkers. 1 male, 2 female. 2 of them I trained. All 3 of them I helped when they made many mistakes. They stood by the door while he danced and filmed him. One of the females started to fist pump. It was disgusting. Before going to HR to view the tape, I did my research. I read in my contract that when there is a conflict of serious nature that can't be solved, that it needs to be taken to the board for review and judgment. I knew that if I asked for them all to be fired that it wouldn't be a problem. Because like I said, many mistakes. So I came up with a different idea. I asked for a compensation from the firm and all parties involved of $1 million per person. I know, ridiculous. Ridiculous enough to get me in front of the board. To get them in front of the board. And I can't wait to show these tapes in front of 11 rich old men and 1 female. Who all have a lot of influence in our field of business. But most of all, I can't wait to look them in the eye and ask them why. I know their answer wouldn't change anything, but it would give away who they truly are. Banana Nose isn't fired yet. When I got home after our meeting, HR guy told me they want to wait until they have the full story, so nothing was unanswered. After today I asked them not to fire him because the board meeting would be useless. And if he quits he will lose all his benefits. So this way, he has little choice but to show up to the meeting where I will do my dance. I don't know if I'll stay at this company even though I love to work here. Because I can't believe that there's any way where it would be possible for New Guy to know this info and all my other colleagues not. Yesterday I drove to New Guy's house. I told him I never mentioned his name. I want him to have peace and not be afraid that other people will act out against him as some sort of vengeance. His secret is safe with me. Some people ask me what I would do if someone read this from work. Let me say it like this. I work with a bunch of nerds. Not the good kind that's on Reddit. But the bad kind that thinks TMZ is what keeps you up to date. They use words like, whatever, I bet you can picture them now. And if they do show up here and read all of this, so be it. I couldn't cope without all of you. I have no family here and I thought my coworkers were my friends. I guess we all make mistakes. Again, thank you all for everything. I kinda love you guys. Just make sure you never say whatever. Update 4. The finale. Dear Compies. An hour ago I got the news that everyone involved quit their job. They got their notice that they have to appear in front of the board and they didn't want that. By everyone involved I also mean one other person that was not on the tape but knew of it and was involved on different occasions. This was something that happened frequently. When they first had to come to HR and watch the tapes they said it was just a joke that got out of hand. One of them even tried to say that I knew of it. They wanted to first keep their job and ask for a group session to work things out. But when HR said there would be a board meeting, they resigned the next day. As for me, I handed in my notice but this wasn't accepted. The company offered me a better paying job in a different location. They will help me with relocation and everything. I'm glad that I got this chance. Since I have a more senior position I need a well-rounded, trustworthy assistant. I asked for New Guy. They agreed with it and New Guy was very excited. Our relocation is closer at his boyfriend's house and I'm glad that I don't have to leave him behind in a toxic environment. I guess this is my finale update. I decided not to sue. I don't ever want to think about what he did ever again. And I don't want to put my energy towards this kind of toxicity. And I know one thing for certain. You get what you give. Thank you all for your loving messages. I wish nothing but the best for all of you.